What up YouTube, this is Bubix here once again, and today we're gonna be talking about Wizard. I'm gonna give you a brief skill description, each of the skill is all about, some tips and tricks about the class, pros and cons, and finally whether it is worth it or not to play the Wizard class, and we'll move on from that point onward. So shall we get started? I think we shall. Very first thing that I always do is gonna be the class skill introduction. So let's go by them one by one. First skill we're gonna talk about is actually a teleport. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use a 40 EP, and what's gonna allow you to do is teleport up to 3.6 meters forward, and after that you're gonna have 1 second of increasing your avoidance by 100. So after you teleport, you're probably not gonna get hit. So what it is let me teleport real quick, pop, and then you get that 1 second of immunity for 100 avoidance, which is fantastic stuff. So let's move on to the passive. We have magical aura. So basically what it does is it reduces all magical damage by 3.6%. Notice it's in blue, so as you level up the skill, this percent is gonna change. So yes, 3.6% as of right now. Reduction from any magical attacks. Next we have the Cold Master. Pretty much what this does is it increases your cold skill abilities or freezing abilities by 5.3%, and once you use your skill, freezing skill or cold or ice abilities, you have 50% chance of successing, giving you a buff that lasts for 10 seconds to allow your ice ability to do a lot more damage to it. So as we go through all the ice abilities, I'm gonna be letting you know what happens if they get the buff and how it works. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the active abilities. We're gonna start with Fireball. What's gonna happen is you're gonna use up 7 SP per usage, and it's gonna shoot up to 9 meters, and then the monster that is close to it will get hit by the fireball for 104 damage. You could hold this key down, and then it will shoot up fire 3 times. And first 2 fireball is gonna do 104%. However, the third one is gonna hit for 35%. If you use this with the monster who already have been hit by fire tornado, there's gonna be additional 31% fire damage to it. So let's see how this fireball looks like, shall we? So I'm gonna see the monster. Fireball 1, 2, 3. So basically you could spam this 1, 2, 3, and then third one is gonna be 100% crit. 1, 2, and 3. Small lag, but third one is gonna be always crit, which is crazy amount. Let's move on to the next skill. We have Ice Strike. Basically what it does, you use up 40 SP, and what it does is within 6 meter radius, you're gonna throw down a 3 meter radius of ice. It's gonna be a giant iceberg, fall down on that location for 4 times, and hitting up to 8 monsters for 154% of cold damage or ice damage. But if you have that passive ability, which is the Cold Master, it's not gonna drop 4 times, it's actually gonna drop 6 times. So let's see how this skill looks like. So boom, 6 meter radius, and it's gonna throw down 4 times of iceberg. I totally whiffed it, but as you can see, I got this little ice thing going on. So what you normally do is you're gonna use your other ice ability, and then once you get it, you'll be able to spam it. So let's try that one more time, okay? So it's gonna be in 6 meter radius, and shoot, iceberg comes down, falling for 4 times. If you have the little ice master passive buff on you, then it's gonna come down 6 times, which is fantastic. Next skill we're gonna look into is Fire Tornado. What it does is you're gonna use a 40 SP, and during that 40 SP you're gonna shoot a gigantic fire tornado, ranging from 7.5 meters away from you, hitting up to 20 monsters for 260% fire damage. And once the monster is inside, every time for 10 seconds it takes for 62 and 26% of fire damage. So it does, as you get, so it will hit you It'll hit the monster, and for 10 seconds, each second it ticks, it's gonna do another 2.26% of fire damage. So let's see what this fire tornado look like, shall we? Boom! And as you can see, this is a very strong ability. So yeah, let's try that one more time once the cooldown comes up. Fire tornado, and this thing actually hits for 20 monsters, so very nifty stuff. Mage very OP for mobbing. Another skill that we gotta look at is magic armor. What it does is you're gonna protect yourself in this magic shield for that absorb damage. That is total damage, total HP that you have for 22%. So 22% of your total damage will become absorbed for 8 seconds. And while that armor is active, you're gonna be reducing your magical damage by 10%. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna reduce getting hit by magical damage by 10%. So let's see how that looks like. It's gonna be a small armor around you. It's gonna last for 8 seconds. While this active, you're pretty much gonna have 20% of your total HP additionally. So you're gonna be more HP bar right here. Very useful stuff when you're getting hit. So you don't die as much, which is fantastic. Let's move on to the next one. We have Frost Nova. I did introduce you this ability once, but let's see what they actually do. It shoots out a frost mist for 8 meters, hitting up to 8 enemies for 40% of frost damage. And then it's gonna stay there for 5 seconds, and each second is gonna reduce the movement speed of the monster by 20 seconds. If the monster being hit by 5 times, for 3 seconds it's gonna be frozen so that it won't be able to move. And once you have the Ice Master passive buff, it's actually every second it's gonna do 40% frost damage to the monster. So let's see how this skill looks like. One more time. We have Frost, and each second they're in here, they're gonna reduce their movement speed by 20%. And after that, after they get hit for 5 seconds, it's gonna freeze them. So you use this, they're gonna slow down. Eventually they're gonna freeze and throw down this ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I had that magic ice buff on me just now. Very useful stuff, very good for kiting. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next one, we have Chain Lightning. You're gonna be using up to 10 SP, and within the radius of 7.5, you're gonna hit up to 8 enemies for 62% of electric damage. You could hold down this key, and it will automatically be a constant lightning showering until your SP runs out. So let's see how this skill goes. Lightning, you could hold it down, and it will constantly go until your SP fully drains out. It hits up to 8 monsters. Very quick damage for mobbing. Very useful for leveling when you're first starting off. You get this skill at level 6, so fantastic stuff. I mean level 10, so you'll be able to use it. And lastly, we have Magic Claw. Basically, this is gonna be your ability that you use to replenish your SP. What it does is you're gonna, within the 8-meter radius, up to 3 monster, hitting them for 22% twice, and every time you hit, it will replenish by 7 SP. So this is gonna be your basic attack. This is gonna be the attack that you use frequently to regain your SP. Basically, think of it as a Maplestory 1, your Magic Claw from the wizard class, mage class, and that's exactly it, except it's gonna be giving you a SP to replenish. So yeah, those are all the skills. Let's talk about some pros and cons about this class. Con will be just the fact that it's a mage, it's gonna be very squishy. However, they do accommodate that by having a armor or aura that could shield them for certain damage. Also, they have this Frost Nova to slow down the monsters, so give you time to run away from them and all that good stuff. The pro is the mage is, as of right now, or wizard I should say, as of right now, is the top mobbing class in this game. It is #1 farming class in this game. Just the fact that this tornado over here can hit up to 20 monsters. No other class can hit up to 20 monsters, and then this is the only class that can. So, and the fireball, big damage because the third one is always gonna crit. So that's another big damage. So Wizard overall is a very good damage. However, they are very squishy once they get hit. So you gotta position yourself very well. You gotta be, since you have the range of 7.5 to 8 meters of damage that you could do from the monster. So try to keep that range. Use your slow ability whenever you can. Use the Frost Nova or use the Iceberg whenever you have the ice debuff on you. I mean, not ice buff on you. So you could do a lot more frost damage. And yeah, rinse and repeat, all that good stuff. You're probably going to be using Magic Claw most of your time to replenish. One downside is this wizard is not as bursty because of the fact they use up SP so quickly. You won't be able to constantly deal damage. So you got to manage your SP very well when it comes to mage. So it's a little challenging. However, once you're able to master it, just like any MMO, wizard is going to be the #1 damaging class that you will ever see constantly. So yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you want to see more content similar to this, always hit that subscribe button and support me. And as well, you'll be introduced with a lot more content similar to this. I do have other videos up as this time. I do have a Berserker video, Priest video, Assassin video, and Heavy Gunner video. So be sure to feel free to check that video out. If you're trying to figure out which class to play, be sure to check them all out so you know which each class is good and which each class is capable of. And once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys all later. Ciao!